Welcome to All Access Palm Beaches, where we'll explore the beauty of nature, recreation, and tourism with accessibility in mind. Palm Beach County, Florida is a paradise that offers stunning views, unforgettable experiences, and accessibility-friendly attractions. Whether you use a wheelchair, have low vision, or need sensory-friendly options, Palm Beach County has got your back. From the beaches to museums, gardens to great food, Palm Beach County proves that accessibility and adventure go hand in hand. On this episode of All Access Palm Beaches, we're shining a spotlight on the incredible people, powerful stories, and inspiring experiences that are making a real difference across our community. First up, step into the spotlight with us at a truly unforgettable fashion experience, Azul Fashion Art and Design, where creativity meets purpose and talented artists and designers bring bold visions to life on the runway. Then we journey to the heart of Palm Beach for a one-of-a-kind, fully accessible tour of the iconic Flagler Museum, where history isn't just preserved, it's experienced by everyone. Next, prepare to be amazed as we light up the night at Illumina at Mount's Botanical Garden, a breathtaking, immersive display that transforms these lush gardens into a glowing wonderland right here in West Palm Beach. And finally, we'll discover the soul of storytelling at Rohi's Readery in the historic Northwest District, a cozy community-driven literacy haven where imagination thrives, connections are built, and readers of all ages and abilities feel right at home. From bold fashion and expressive art to accessible history, dazzling lights, and the power of literacy, this is Artistic Access, only on All Access Palm Beaches, where kindness, community, and impact take center stage. All Access Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida, and by The Therapeutic Alternative, Alignment, Balance, Flow, and proudly produced in partnership with the Palm Beach County Film and Television Commission. This is All Access Palm Beaches. Today we're discovering a place where style, creativity, and inclusion all share the spotlight. We're here in West Palm Beach visiting the inspiring world of Azul Fashion Art and Design, where art is open to everyone and everyone is seen. Azul isn't just about fashion shows and art exhibits, it's about access. Here, artists and designers of all abilities are given a platform to shine. From sustainable fashion that's both eco-friendly and fabulous to artwork that tells powerful personal stories, Azul is redefining what inclusion looks like in the creative world. From my understanding, Azul is where fashion, art, and accessibility meet. How did this whole thing get started?
Well, there are about 30,000 adults with disabilities in Florida who have aged out of the school system and are looking for purposeful activities. They're vulnerable to depression, so that's what Azul comes. We bring fashion, art, and design. We bring different programs where they can connect with their talents and connect with their purpose. When you allow a person with disabilities to discover their talents, they change their narrative. They go from talking about their challenges to talking about their hope and dreams.
So tell me a little bit about how the Palm Beaches is receiving this amazing organization.
We have been so blessed to count with a community that embraces the belief that fashion, art, and design can coexist with disabilities and the community. So for example, we host pop-up shops at renowned venues such as the Art Museum, City Place, here at the Wood Hall. We host runway shows at different local nonprofits. We host dance performances at senior centers, public art exhibitions. So we're bringing the whole community together. And additionally, our designers have been creating corporate gifting, and this has been a strategy so business leaders can actively promote inclusion. We're so happy that the community has embraced our mission. As part of our programs, we have something that is very unique in the whole country, I want to say, and is that our adults with unique abilities are joined by their caregivers or collaborators in the classroom. This allows both of them to transform the dynamics in the relationship. They become a creative team. And at events like this and at everything that we do, our Azul creatives and the collaborators are recognized as active members of our community. So you're gonna see today our fashion designers and their collaborators, how they started their own business. You're gonna see a sample of a partnership with Palm Beach Symphony, where they brought back to life instruments that were decommissioned. You're gonna see a sample of a textile art that it was part of an exhibition at the Manatee Lagoon, and you're gonna see a sample of our commission projects, and we have 2 surprises for you at the end.
Oh, I love a good surprise. Let's go see.
All right.
At Azul, they believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to develop their artistic strengths, self-expression, and to be empowered to start their own brand. Where fashion and art meet, Azul designers create exclusive work that turns inclusion into a shared community statement. This is fashion meeting real life. Different abilities, endless opportunities.
I love taking clothes to the next level. I like finding gently used clothes and creating something new from them.
For me, I was always someone that loved to color inside the lines, and Sandra on the program really taught me that it's okay to color outside the lines and to be more creative.
Thank you, Azul.
Fashion,
Fashion,
art,
art,
and
designer.
yes, we love Azul.
Azul Fashion Art and Design proves that when you remove barriers, you unleash brilliance. And here in the Palm Beaches, that brilliance is walking the runway, hanging in galleries, and inspiring the next generation of inclusive creators. For more stories where art meets heart, stay with us, because in the Palm Beaches, everyone belongs in the spotlight. Coming up next, accessible history in the Palm Beaches. All Access Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida, and by The Therapeutic Alternative, Alignment, Balance, Flow, and proudly produced in partnership with the Palm Beach County Film and Television Commission. Welcome to All Access Palm Beaches. Today we're at a place where history isn't just preserved, it gets to be experienced by everyone. Today we're stepping back into America's Gilded Age at one of Palm Beach's most iconic landmarks, the breathtaking home of the oil and railroad pioneer Henry Flagler. But this isn't just a story about the past, it's about making history accessible in the present. Completed in 1902, White Hall was more than a winter retreat. It helped transform the Palm Beaches into a world-class destination. The museum staff are trained to assist visitors with a wide range of mobility needs, ensuring everyone can experience the grandeur of the Gilded Age. What makes the Flagler Museum truly special today is its commitment to accessibility for all visitors.
That's right, Tiffany. The museum is very much committed to making sure that all are welcome and feel that way. In fact, the museum is fully ADA compliant, which is something that we're very proud of, especially when you consider that for historic homes, that's a difficult thing to achieve. Access to the home is very important, which is why we have step-free, accessible entrances. We of course have an elevator that takes you to the 2nd floor of the museum, which is where our gallery can be found, and different wheelchair accessible galleries and spaces throughout the museum. And this is why we're able to provide a fully ADA compliant building. Almost every aspect of the museum is accessible, but I will also mention that in the rail car, for example, it's difficult to go inside because of the natural narrowness of the rail car itself, and so we do have a video always playing outside so that our visitors are able to see what it looks and feels like inside. In addition to that, we provide, as you might know, docent-led tours every day. 3 of them take place Tuesday through Saturday and 1 of them on Sunday. And these tours are also accompanied by an audio tour, which also comes in 5 different languages. And so we believe that this is also a way that we can foment greater accessibility.
Accessibility isn't just about physical space, it's about engagement. The museum offers clear, easy-to-read exhibit signage, guided tours that can be tailored to visitor needs, educational programs designed for diverse audiences, and interactive exhibits that bring Florida's railroad history to life. From students to seniors, first-time visitors to lifelong history buffs, everyone has a doorway into the story. Henry Flagler didn't just build a mansion. He built the railways that connected Florida's East Coast, opening the door to tourism, trade, and the Palm Beaches we know today. And now, more than a century later, the museum carrying his name is helping connect people of all abilities to that story. The Flagler Museum proves that preserving history and providing accessibility go hand in hand. Because when history is open to everyone, the story becomes so much richer for us all.
May I help you, madam?
Yes, you may. What is this amazing exhibit that we have here?
Yes, you are in our latest exhibition, May I Help You, Madam? The Making of the Modern Department Store. So our exhibitions at the Flagler Museum are always continuations of our look at the Gilded Age. And so a really fascinating innovation really during that time, and kind of these institutions that were built were department stores. And our American department stores, which is where the Gilded Age is based, but what was happening over in Europe, and particularly in France, was the Belle Époque. And we see the rise of the Parisian department store, Le Bon Marché. So everything we think about our modern department stores, the ones that really do it right, they all take inspiration from Le Bon Marché. It was designed by Gustave Eiffel, who of course did the Eiffel Tower. And so they had these great architects really building out these spaces that were commercial and that were really for everyone. And the department store, it changed the way that women could work. It changed the way all of a sudden women could go somewhere and they could be safe. There were tea rooms. You could see things lined up on a rack. It was totally different than the way people were shopping before. And now we think about it, it's exactly what we think about, we dream about. And as I said, the best department stores now, they lend themselves to what Le Bon Marché was doing. We are standing in front of quite an installation, and it is done by Simon Doonan. Simon was a window dresser at Barney's for about 20 years in New York, and some of the great window dressers in New York. Simon Doonan, Robert Rufino. And so we worked with Simon to recreate a shop window that would have been something a la the Gilded Age, but of course it has that Simon Doonan kind of surrealism and playfulness, which we have. And so he entitled this window Flagler a la mode, and he actually went inside our collections and he pulled objects that he thought, oh, I could do this here and there. We pulled quotes from our archives, from letters when they were talking about fashion, that sort of thing. And we put them all in this really fabulous window, and it was just so wonderful to work on the whole show with him. Shop windows, they were seen as street theater. They were really a gift to whoever was walking by, because you never were really probably buying what you were seeing in a shop window, but you were being inspired by it, and you thought, oh, I want to go inside there.
Let's go shopping.
Yes. So we couldn't have a show about department stores and not bring up all the beautiful ways that these things were packaged. And so we kind of have our tower of hat boxes and boxes that you would have brought your goods home with. Sometimes people will just go to stores. They wanted to be carrying, you know, a Bindle's bag or a Barney's bag or something that had that label, because it meant something if you went there and bought something.
Coming up next, we'll light up the night at Mount's Botanical Garden. All Access Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida, and by The Therapeutic Alternative, Alignment, Balance, Flow, and proudly produced in partnership with the Palm Beach County Film and Television Commission. In the heart of West Palm Beach, when evening settles and the stars rise overhead, a garden transforms. Welcome to Illumina, a tropical garden lantern festival at Mount's Botanical Garden, an immersive world of light, color, and culture. But beyond the beauty, Illumina represents something even more powerful, a commitment to providing an experience of wonder to be enjoyed by all this holiday season. Hey everyone, I'm Tiffany Lanier, and this is All Access Palm Beaches. Tonight, we step into an illuminated world where art, nature, and accessibility meet. With wheelchair and stroller-friendly pathways, Illumina invites guests of all ages and abilities to explore, connect, and enjoy this unforgettable nighttime experience. Illumina isn't just a walk-through exhibit, it's a journey. Over 1,000 handcrafted lanterns light up the pathways of Mount's Botanical Garden, each one inspired by tropical landscapes, wildlife, and world cultures. And glowing flowers that make you feel like you've stepped into a dream. These lantern installations are built by master artisans from around the world. Silk, steel, and light come together to create sculptures that feel both magical and deeply connected to nature. We're here with Misty Stoller, the Director of Garden Operations here at Mounts Botanical Garden. Can you tell me about the amazingness that is Illumina?
This is Illumina, a tropical garden lantern festival that is here at Mounts Botanical Garden, and we have over 500 light installations that are these incredibly beautiful pieces of art that you're seeing.
I know, and it's so engaging and bright and literally illuminating in so many ways. So what was the thought behind bringing this to Mounts?
Our mission is all about nurturing connections with nature. And we do that through exhibits throughout the year, including things like this, and it just brings joy and it's mesmerizing.
As soon as you enter Illumina, the pathways guide you forward, wide, stable, and well lit. That's not just good design, that's intentional accessibility. I love that I don't have to worry about getting around. I can just enjoy the lights, the colors, the whole night. Illumina has quickly become one of Palm Beach's signature winter events, bringing together families, artists, photographers, and visitors from across South Florida. It's the kind of event you want to share. It's perfect for date night, family outings, or that Palm Beach's Instagram-worthy moment. What makes Illumina stand out is its blend of global artistry and tropical inspiration. In a region known for sunshine, beaches, and warm evenings, this festival adds a whole new layer of nighttime magic. It's truly one of the most photogenic, immersive, and uplifting experiences you'll find anywhere in South Florida. Illumina at Mounts Botanical Garden, a celebration of light, culture, and the natural beauty of the Palm Beaches. Coming up next, a special place where stories spark imagination. All Access Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches, the best way to experience Florida, and by the Therapeutic Alternative, Alignment, Balance, Flow, and proudly produced in partnership with the Palm Beach County Film and Television Commission. Today, we're stepping into one of the most magical places in our community, a place where everyone's story comes alive, imaginations can run wild, and people of all ages and abilities can fall back in love with reading and learning. Welcome to Rohi's Readery, a bright, welcoming book haven that's not just a shop, it's a whole vibe. Rohi's Readery is the kind of place you instantly want to stay a while. Every corner invites you to browse, and every visitor is treated like family. It's a bookstore, yes, but it's also a community hub where literacy, learning, creativity, and connection are the real bestsellers. You know a place is special when you walk in and you immediately feel calmer, like the world just slows down for a minute. And look at this selection. We've got classics, new releases, local authors, books for young readers, books for big dreamers, and books for anyone who needs a little inspiration. So Pranu, what makes Rohi's Readery different than a typical bookstore?
What makes Rohi's Readery different is this sense of true inclusion, true sense of belonging, and really consistently thinking about what are the ways in which we can make sure everyone feels empowered in their sense of self whenever they come in here. So taking the feedback from our community members, whether it is through beautiful books in the space, whether it is free educational programming, our goal is really to make it community driven.
At Rohi's Readery, books aren't just the beginning. This place brings people together through story times, reading challenges, book clubs, author events, community gatherings, and creative workshops. Because reading isn't just about pages, it's about possibility. And for families, this is a gold mine. If you have kids, bring them here, because this is how you raise readers. When children can explore books in a fun space, they start seeing reading as an adventure, not a chore. Another standout feature at Rohi's Readery is the love they show for local writers. Author signings and community readings give readers a chance to meet the storytellers, hear the inspiration behind the pages, and support talent right here at home. So if you've been looking for a place that brings heart, learning, culture, and community together under one roof, Rohi's Readery is a must visit. Come browse, come sit, come discover, and let these stories change your day. In a world full of noise, sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is turn a page.
Sunrise on the shoreline, every path is clear. Adventure with